It's a Joe Show! With me, Joe. On this show, I read an article a day to keep my stupid away. You learn something this way. I definitely learned something. We learn stuff together. It's Thursday, which means it's a thoughtful Thursday article. An article or story that makes you think, makes you learn something, enhances your life in some way, shape, or form. That's what articles are for anyways, to make you think. Philosophical thoughts. Confucius, anybody? Title of today's article is How a Password Changed My Life, or as Confucius would say, How a Password Changed My Life. When I read about a quarter of this article, I thought it would be great for today because it made me think about something that I don't think about often, which is passwords, but I kind of think about it a lot. Regardless, you should have a password manager. Totally off topic, but kind of on topic here. You need to have a password manager. Get something like LastPass. Manage your passwords. It makes your life so much easier. It's more secure. And then just pray to God that that company does not get hacked and that your passwords get leaked. But I think they store the passwords with some sort of encryption on it, using some salt or some SHA-256, whatever it is. I'm sure that they have something going on. They are password companies that claim that your stuff is protected. Regardless, let's get to this article because I thought it was really interesting. How could you do something like this to me? Said a voice in my head all the time, every day. We've all been there. Back in 2011, everything had gradients. iOS icons made sense, and people used deodorants. I was in the middle of a pretty bad depression due to my divorce. Not sure what that has to do with the gradient. Maybe that means his mood was on a gradient. He was moving towards a better place. Thankfully, I was smart enough and had great people around me so that I managed my way out. One day I walked into my office and my day begins at my computer screen. It was all great until I saw this message. Your password has expired. Click change password to change your password. At my workplace, the Microsoft Exchange server is configured to ask thousands of employees around the planet to change their passwords every 30 days. Here's the horseshit though. The server forces us to use at least one uppercase character, at least one lowercase alphabetic character, at least one symbol, and at least one number. Oh, and the whole password can't be less than 8 characters, and I can't use any of the same passwords I've used in the last 3 months. This is why a password manager is so helpful. You can just click generate secure password. It does all this nonsense for you. It takes less than a second. It's incredible. Thank you, LastPass. Shout out to LastPass. I was furious that morning. Tuesday, 9:40 a.m. Joe would be barely awake. It was so hot that my torso was already sweating even though I just got to work. I was late and I was still wearing my helmet. I think I forgot breakfast. Is this guy special? He had a helmet on? Or he rides a motorcycle? Who's to say? Something tastes like cigarettes in my mouth. I need to get shit done before my 10 a.m. meeting, and all I have in front of me is a huge waste of my time. AKA one of the biggest not waste of your times ever. Passwords are so important. They secure your data. Reframe that thought, my friend. It was obvious that I couldn't focus on getting things done with my current lifestyle and mood. Of course, there were clear indicators of what I needed to do or what I had to achieve in order to regain control of my life, but we often don't pay attention to these clues or reflect on our feelings and emotions. My password became the indicator. My password reminded me that I shouldn't let myself become a victim of my recent breakup and that I'm strong enough to do something about it. My password became forgive at her. Capital F. At is the at sign, and the E in her is a 3. So it fits all the rules. I had to type this statement several times a day. Each time my computer would lock, each time my screensaver with her photo would appear, each time I would come back from eating lunch alone. In my mind, I went with the mantra, I didn't type the password. In my mind, I wrote forgive her every day for 1 month. Hey, I've got a new password for you. Subscribe at The Joe Show. Hit that subscribe button and mash that bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. Boom! Just saved your life. Thanks. There we enter into our first pretty philosophical and kind of mind hack here, which is using a password as a shortcut to a mantra or to remind yourself about something. Because you are typing your password every day, unless you're using a password manager, over and over and over again. And generally, even if you're using LeetSpeak, where you turn an E into a 3, you're saying it aloud in your head as forgive her. You're not saying forgive H3R. You're saying forgive her. And so you have this mantra always going on in your head over and over and over. So if you are going through something, or you are forgetful, or you need help remembering something, whatever it is, you could actually use that as your password with some modifications to kind of make a daily, hourly, almost minutely mantra. In the following days, my mood improved drastically, and by the end of the second week, I noticed that this password became less powerful and it started to lose its effect. A quick refresh of this mantra helped me. I thought to myself, I forgive her, as I typed it every time. The healing effect of it almost came back immediately. 1 month later, my dear exchange server asked me once again to renew my password. I thought about the next thing I had to get done. My password then became quit smoking forever. And guess what happened? I shit you not, I quit smoking overnight. I wonder if that's true. All right, Mauricio, I wonder if this is true. I hope it is, because there is some romanticism in this story around, this password saving you from all this stuff. But it sounds way too convenient that you just stop smoking overnight. I've had so many arguments with so many people about getting them to stop smoking because it's so goddamn bad for you. And every time I lose a friend or a relationship about it. So, did it really help you overnight? This password was a painful one to type during that month, but in doing it, it helped me yell at myself in my mind as I typed that statement. It motivated me to follow my monthly goal. So I learned that I can truly change my life if I play it right. I kept doing this repeatedly month after month because the server made you change every 30 days with great results. Here's an extract of what some of my passwords have been in the last 2 years so you get an idea of how my life has changed thanks to this method. Forgive her, to my ex-wife who started it all. Quit at smoking forever. It worked. Save for trip at Thailand. It worked. Eat 2 times at day. It never worked. Still fat. Yeah, that's a weird one. That's such a bad mentality about trying to lose weight. It's not about eating 2 times a day. It's about managing macros and eating smaller portions. Sleep at before 12. It worked. I think I need to do that one. Ask at her for a date. It worked. I fell in love again. Oh, that's sweet. I don't know why he bolded that one. No at drinking at 2 months. It worked. I feel better. But why? Just have a little bit here and there. Like, you don't have to quit cold turkey. Get at C4T. Oh, at cat. It worked. I have a beautiful cat. FaceTime to mom at Sunday. It worked. I talk with my mom every week. I still await very anxiously each month so I can change my password into something I need to get done. This method has consistently worked for me for the past 2 years, and I have shared it with a few close friends and relatives. I didn't think it was a big breakthrough in tiny habits, but it did have a great impact in my life, so I thought to share it with you all. Try it yourself with these statements. With the right mindset and attitude, you'll change your life. Let me know how it works for you. Remember, for added security, try to be a bit more complex with the words. Add symbols or numbles, or scramble a bit at the beginning or ending of your password string. Safety first. He wrote that in Leet Speak. Pass the tip to those who might need it. I just passed the tip to all of you. I think it's a really interesting brain hack because your internal monologue and what you say in your mind dictates your attitude a lot of the time. And so many of us experience negativity in our heads on a constant basis. Some of us experience nothing in our heads, but just repeating a mantra over and over again can be super helpful. And this is an easy way to add a mantra into your life that you have to type every single day if you're using an Outlook server that makes you change your password every 30 days. Otherwise, if you're using something like LastPass or something else, it might be a little bit harder, but there's probably small ways that you do activities over and over and over and over again every single day that are, quote, a waste of time that perhaps you can hack and turn into something that is truly life-changing. That's been today's Thoughtful Thursday Joe Show. If you find a thoughtful article, you can send it over to hijoeshow@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter @CannoliAnatoli. You can follow me on Instagram @ajoeshow. Otherwise, until next time, read something good. This has been the Joe Show. I love you.